What you're about to see is a film of Kyabje Dudjom Rinpoche teaching on meditation. The film was made by Sogyal Rinpoche in London in May 1979 and was set in a house in Richmond and then in Richmond Park.
Chitangi sobre tarindaga pahyate teto chotle mare tate ka kidebo tete chitangi hine kordan ta sobre hine chi dea to kana telti sima kari du china chishu tende chichuna ra tende chino che tentel tapena gomre chi be korte ta yo ta gom chi sum tende du le chi sumna kari chandu yo tende chi tende ninge du ji ti skar sobre ta hine le chi shu chi tende chi ta bi tende chi ke
ta che sengede season kalika gorete season leka bositare chegita darang semna to yinza.
On the one hand, what we call Dharma is very difficult, but on the other hand, it's very easy, because it really just depends on our own minds.
Then sem de darang sem de rang tsene then rang sem de ben nam to langsho ge jile ma tan se de nam to de kitu ba tam je de so
So you should search for your mind and look after it. Don't let your mind get carried along by rising thoughts. Cut the elaborations and conceptualizations of mind and allow your mind to relax into its natural state. Let your mind simply be in your body and allow relaxation to enter into your mind. What does this state of relaxation feel like? It's like the experience of a person who has just finished some exhausting work. After laboring long and hard to accomplish their task, once it is finally over, they experience a blissful satisfaction and are content simply to rest. Quite naturally, their mind will arrive at a state of calm, and they will remain relaxed for a while without being caught up in their usual pattern of wild and unimaginable thoughts. So, following this example, you should try to guard and protect your mind even in the midst of all kinds of turbulent thoughts. Leave your mind in its own natural state and relax. Keep your body still and your speech silent. Don't think about whether or not you should do this or that. Just settle your mind into a state of relaxation and calm, in which there is no chasing after objects and no wild and crazy thoughts. Instead, you should find yourself in a state that is vividly open and empty, brilliantly clear and deeply relaxed. This state of ease is an indication that mind has arrived at its inherent clarity, and it will simply settle itself in that clarity.
다 자디잖아요. 유령부 대가 말이 가인 지야 남도 좀 장용 그래 지샤령 그래. 샤리오나 샤디 안에 대 템바가 뭐 셈바지네. 대야 벤디마 송삼베가 베 도과야 제모. 샤마타 도네 샤리아데 뭐 셈바지제.
But it won't remain like that for long. Something happens. A thought rises. When that rising takes place, let your awareness recognize it just as it occurs. Don't think something's gone wrong, but recognize the rising as soon as it arises. And just leave it at that, with the recognition. If mind is just left in its own natural state, it becomes pacified, and all of the rising thoughts naturally subside. As you leave them, they liberate themselves. It's like waves in the ocean. They're left to dissolve back into the ocean, and this is really the only place for them to go. It's the same with our minds. When from out of a state of stillness a movement occurs, by simply leaving it to follow its own natural course, it will be liberated by itself. It will be naturally pacified and become clear by itself. That's how you should practice this. But if instead you think, oh, now this thought has arisen, that can't be right, and you try to stop the thought, then that itself is just more thinking. Practicing like that, you only risk furthering your own confusion as the mind follows after objects. So don't practice in that way. Resting in the recognition without following after thoughts is known as peacefully remaining, because it defuses or pacifies the power of thoughts and enables you to remain in the blissful nature of your own mind. This is what we call the practice of shamatha in Sanskrit, or hine in Tibetan. When you become somewhat familiar with this practice, you may experience a state of physical and mental bliss or ecstasy. Or, if you're meditating at night, you might experience a state of clarity, as if daylight had dawned. Different experiences such as these can occur, and they are signs that you are cultivating the peace and calm of shamatha. There's no fault in seeing these as positive, but it'd be a mistake to become attached to them. If you just allow them to occur without feeling any attachment towards them, they can only assist you in your practice, and no harm will come of them. So whatever experiences of bliss or clarity occur, there's no need to grasp at them with attachment, and no need to suppress them either. Simply allow them to dissolve naturally. You could also have what is known as an experience of absence of thought. This is a dark, dull and drowsy state in which there is no awareness whatsoever. You're not quite asleep, but you're in a blank dullness. This experience of absence of thought does involve some calm abiding, but there are no rising thoughts and none of mind's inherent clarity. This is because you have drifted into the alaya, the all-ground, and you will need to alert yourself and awaken from it. In order to clear it away, straighten your body, exhale the foul air, and focus your awareness in the space in front of you. Otherwise, if you remain in such dullness, your meditation will be ineffective and will never evolve at all. This experience of absence of thought is a fault in meditation, and it must be cleared away whenever it occurs. Then it is also very important to sharpen your awareness. Practicing like this is the way to develop calm abiding. When the mind is resting naturally and at ease in its own unaltered state, that is referred to as the stillness of meditation. If a thought arises out of this state of stillness, that is called movement. And that which knows when mind is in a state of stillness and recognizes any movement is your awareness, or rikpa. These are known collectively as nejuriksum, the three states of stillness, movement, and awareness. As a beginner, unless you do this practice formally in proper meditation sessions, you won't be able to remain at peace. But once you become more familiar with it, you will be able to remain undistracted even while you are walking about. And when you are sitting, you will sit without being distracted from awareness. You should apply the practice to whatever you do, and then it will gradually develop and improve. Was that okay? So, shall we practice a little meditation together?
Lama Rinpoche, Dagi Jura Bemini, Katin Jembe Goni Jiso, Kusum Tujing Dano.
When we rest for a while in the natural state like this, it's called meditative equipoise. This is what we refer to as a formal session of meditation.